everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. I'm back here in Glencoe. I'm at that White House location, you know, that famous White House, but that's over that way at the moment. I'm just going to take some other shots in the area. It's one of those things again, when you get to an area, because there's like one thing that's really well known, doesn't mean you have to just fixate and focus on that all the time. You can shoot other stuff as well. So that's what we're doing. When it snows, which it has done overnight here, what happens is that riverways like this behind, you see, become sort of more emphasized. You get it feels like it's stronger because it's like a darky rocky area around here. Then you've got the sky reflection in the water and then the mountain up there. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to do a very simple kind of leading line shot in towards the mountain. I'm not always overly keen on these types of shots, I must admit, but I think this one works really well with the snow. I think it's good, and we're really lucky here that the sun's kind of going down there. If I can just point to it properly, it's going down in that area over there, which means that we've got some kind of nice things going on with the sky. We've got that two-tone look, and we've got that blue and yellow, and I kind of really got a thing for blue and yellow. I think that looks really good always, especially in winter. Sometimes you get the blue and orange or the blue and red, and this is blue and yellow, and that's, for me, it's like, I think that's something a bit special. We'll see though, it may change later on. I noticed some pink tones in the sky before as well, which was kind of interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and do some shots here, but I'm going to be shooting handheld for some of this because I don't really need a tripod to shoot some of these bits and pieces. I'll see how my shutter speed looks on it, but I think it's going to be okay. So we'll see how it is. I'm going to try and get low down with the camera, see maybe we get some reflections or something. I don't know, we'll just see what we get. Right, so as you can see, this is what I'm shooting here, and if I wait for a moment, the wind settles and I get a reflection, I can just shoot that handheld like this. I use my live view, as you can see on the back of the screen. Just going to wait another moment longer, just see if the wind settles a bit more and see if I can take it again like that. Trying to get that reflection in there. And you have to look at your angles, because certain angles are better than others, clearly. And it's worth just experimenting and seeing what you get. Yeah, I'm getting the reflection now, which is good. Just take another one there. What I'm doing when I'm shooting here is I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. I'm using the Canon 17-40 f4L lens, and I'm shooting it around 28 to 35 millimeters. I think I'm mostly at about 28. If I go too wide, the mountain in the background is going to get really small. It's going to appear really small in the image. So I'm trying to stand back a little bit from that reflection area and then zoom in slightly so I can get that compression effect and bring the mountain in, because what I've got here is I've got foreground interest and I've got the background interest, but the middle ground isn't significant in comparison to those two. So I'm trying to, let's not say eliminate, but reduce the effects of the middle ground by zooming in slightly. So by bringing the foreground element really close into the frame, what that's doing is kind of expanding that foreground area, and it looks like a crack and a ripple towards the mountain, which I think looks pretty good. So we'll see what that looks like afterwards, but I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing on the back of the camera there. Now I've got that, I don't want to waste any more time here, because I know I'm not going to have ages and ages before the sun goes down, but for me this is a good time just as it's getting over the horizon. I kind of like it like this. Everything gets this muted feeling about it, and the dynamic range reduces a lot. And that's not just a problem because I'm shooting a Canon, but actually what happens when you get that is the tonal gradations kind of smooth out. Tonal gradations, they get smoother, and things can look really good when the sun's at a low angle, but it's a low contrast. You can get a very nice kind of shading effect, and things can look 3D in a really kind of smooth way, which looks really good. And that tends to happen at that point when the sun's just over the horizon or just tucking behind it like it is now, and that looks really good. Then you can feel it. The atmosphere's got that kind of postcard, Christmas card kind of feel about it. You feel that difference, and if I hit an arrow earlier, it would feel a bit too bright and you wouldn't get that effect so strongly. So now what I want to do is head over to a couple of different areas. I have shot this area before, but the big difference for me right now is that this is in the snow, and I haven't shot this area like this in the snow before. I got a really good sunset last time I was here, and the sun was going down just over there. For some reason today it looks different, but it's okay. And I think this is going to be really interesting to see what kind of results we get from this. So I'm going to reshoot a couple of locations I did before. So let's get going and have a bit of a look around and see what we find. Right, so as you can see, what we've got set up here is a simple shot down the riverway here, and we've got that White House that I just showed you in the video a moment ago. And I'm going to just take a really straightforward shot using the river kind of down the middle, point towards the distance, and then I'm going to do another crop where getting a little bit closer to the house as well, and zoom in on it and get some of the mountain and the sky in the background, which is more of a simplified shot which will isolate the house a bit more and focus on that. Right, so I'll get that done now. I like the way the line is leading around here towards this mountain, so you've got that come along here, you've got the visual interest of the house, then the line comes round, and then you've got the mountain here, so that takes you kind of on a diagonal through the frame, which is quite pleasing without being too obvious as well. Because I think sometimes if compositions are too simple, or not too simple, sorry, if the composition's too obvious, it's distracting. Whereas this, it's got that nice curve there. It doesn't point directly into it, it just leads your eye up and out of the frame, which is good. I think it looks nice like that. I'll be pleased with that. So what I've done here is I've come under the bridge, and the reason I've done that is to get that lower angle with the house. So I'm shooting kind of at the same height as the house, and then have some of these mountains in the picture as well. And I like the way I've kind of got this building up on the side here, and we've got a little bit of a valley area going on here, which gives some interest to that side of the frame at least. So what I'll do is when I shoot this, I'm going to go and shoot the same composition as you see here, but then I'm going to try and go under the bridge slightly more to get a little bit of a wider shot as well if I can. The sun's gone down over the horizon now, and we're just left with that colour in the sky, and that's kind of it. It's just like a highlight yellow, which is lovely. It's gone all pastel, and the snow looks all blue in comparison to it. We're getting that natural split in colour, that natural two-tone look, which is just wonderful. It amazes me again, though, I must say, the same as last time I came here. I got here an hour and a half early, probably, or an hour early, and it was full of photographers. And when the light gets to its best, everyone goes home. It's like, where is everyone? Why have they gone home? It's probably dinner time, so they've gone home for some food or something. But everyone was here with like probably better gear than I've got, but you know, they're missing out big time. I'm the only person here. Oh, Katie's here as well, but there's no other photographer. There's literally no one here. There's no one here at all. And it does make me wonder. I do sometimes think, do people think that this time of day everything's gone? To me, this is what I was waiting for all day, is this kind of lighting. I just want to get into this two-tone lighting that's really soft and beautiful. I just think it's wonderful. What I'll do is I'll just show you a little bit of what I'm looking at as well, so you can see what I mean. Now, I've just spotted there's people staying in that house over there in the White House, and they must have lit a fire or something, because if you see, there's that orange glow coming from the windows now, which means that I have to get a shot of that. Just have to, right? There's no option. So right now I'm opening up my tripod so I can get this shot. I haven't used my tripod yet because I haven't needed it, but I'm going to need it now. Right, so I've set this shot up. The house is like there. You can see that little bit of an orange glow from it. They've got all the fires and lights on inside, which looks really lovely. I've got my camera set up here on the tripod. I'm going to get this shot. The light's really going now, so I'm sorry if the video is grainy. It's pretty dark right now. What what I've done is 2 compositions, one that's closer in on the house and features the mountain on the left, and another one which is a little bit wider to get the mountain on the right. I've only taken 2 photos, so you know, I don't need to do more than that. Just 1 shot for each composition, and that's it, I'm done. I'm hoping that'll give me something a little bit unique, because I've not been here before and seen the lights on inside like that. So hopefully that's quite good. Anyway, I hope this video was useful for you. Please like, subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.